Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is BOTHERSOME and today we are going to look at a sunscreen. We are going to look at a certain sunscreen, and I wonder if the person that made this sunscreen is as good at making sunscreen as she is on the center code. And I looked at her webpage and there I found this one here. So we are of course talking about Venus Williams, and we are talking about this thing here, this Wonder Woman Essential Set, and immediately I thought, could a Wonder Man use it as well? Well, I thought that I would have a go at it, and I ordered it from America. It took a little while before it arrived, and I actually had to ask them where it was, but I never received any reply, and there it was. So it did arrive. So we have a little unboxing that is very important. So we will just, the front, it looks like this. It says 11 by Venus Williams. So we open it, and in here there are two things. So firstly, there is this lip thing. So that is a bright red, and we will have a little go at that one later. So if we are concentrating on this one here, so that is the Unrivaled sunscreen, or SPF35 from Venus Williams, and that is a sheer mineral 100%. So what they say is that in here there is a 25% zinc oxide, and if you have heard about this product here, you might have heard people saying it's fantastic and doesn't leave a white cast and all that sort of thing. And particularly did I see one review or one sort of YouTube video where this was touted as I would say fantastic, and I just thought, well, can that really be true? I thought, let's have a look at it. 25% zinc oxide, that is a lot. That is actually the maximum you can put in under law. So yes, let's see. It looks like this. And one of the first things that I noticed was that I might be a bit thick. But this one up here, I tried to, like that. And I thought, where is it gonna come out? Then I figured out, it is a pipette. So it looks like this. So you just use it like that. And before I put it on my hand, we can just have a quick look. So we just put a little bit on, and it comes out like white, like that. And then you do like this, and voila, it looks like everything is just completely fine. It just has this sort of a gloss or sheer finish or something like that, if you can maybe see that in the light. But it looks like there is no white cast, so that is like that's kind of like it's too good to be true, isn't it? So when I got this one here, I just received it, and then I went on a drive, and I was just trying it in the car just because I couldn't wait. I just had to have a little bit of a look, and later it came on my face while driving as well. But it wasn't me that was driving the car, so it was all fine. Anyway, I decided that I would make a really good test of it. So I have worn it for several days, and I have even taken a little photo of how I look when I am having it on, and you might have seen that on the community tab. So this one here, it is a serum. So is it a sunscreen, or is it a serum, or is it both? Well, if you look at the web page for this product here, you might have come across a lot of reviews, and they seem all very positive, and people are very happy that it doesn't leave a white cast, and I completely understand the need for having something that doesn't leave a white cast on the skin, because a mineral sunscreen, it is really bothersome. And I would say even for someone with the skin like me, I also get a white cast. I kind of like look ghostly if I take something that is a mineral sunscreen. So if you have a darker skin, obviously it's a huge issue. So if we look at how much should you use, because there was a little review on the web page, and for this product here, and it said that one, I call it a pipette, you might call it something else, one of these droppers was enough. So how much is there in a dropper? We just stick it in because it works like you have to push this one here. So you empty it first, and then you kind of like put it in, and you voila, take up like that. And here I have a spoon that says 1 milliliter. So if we are pushing this in here, take all of it off. And one thing you need to do, I have already done that, that is to shake up the bottle. And they actually say on the web page you should do that gently. I will say, if you have something that is so very liquid like this is, and you are having a zinc oxide in it, you need to shake it kind of like really well. But obviously you don't want to have a lot of bubbles in it, if that's what she is afraid of when they say shake it gently. I would say you need to shake it quite a lot, because you need to make sure that you have all the zinc oxide in the dropper when you take it up. And if you just leave it like this, and then there will be something in the dropper, and you just shake it up and then you take it up, you will just get what was in the dropper. So I would say, before you shake it, take it up, use it like this, and take the stuff out of it. I'm a bit, yeah, I can, like that. So you take it all off, out of it, so there isn't anything in it. And then you just push it down, and then you shake it, because then you make sure that what you get is actually what you have just shaken up, and not just what was in the dropper. So that said, if we go back to this one here, that was 1 dropper. So I can say, maybe you can see it is not full. So in here there is not 1 milliliter, there is much less. And what do you need for your face? Well, it depends on how big your face is, of course, but on average people need kind of like 1.25 milliliter, or what is kind of like half a teaspoon. But teaspoons, they do come in different sizes. So about 1.25 milliliter, that is what I would use for my face. So that is not enough. So I need a whole lot more, and actually I need way more than 1 dropper. So if we just take a little bit more, like that, I would take 1 more, like that, and that is just barely 1 milliliter, because it doesn't spill over. So I need more than 2 of these droppers here. Actually, I need about 3 of them, and that is really important to remember, that this is not just something you put on in a way so that you put only what on that is kind of like looks nice, because you need to put a certain amount on, and that is about 1.25 milliliters, because what you want is an SPF of 35, because that is what it says on the bottle. So if you're using way less than you should, you don't get an SPF of 35. So here goes. We just remember that this is only 1 milliliter. So if you just take it out like that, there will still after a little while be something left in the spoon. So I can come back and take a bit of it out. But if we just look at this amount here, which I would say would be for half my face, you need to make sure, because it runs everywhere, so you need to be really careful. So you kind of like put it on like this. And I would say, yes, it does go on really easy, and some of it went over there. So you need to be really careful, and you want it all to go onto your face. So there is a lot left on my hand. So you kind of like need to make sure that you get it on, all of it on your face, because too much will be left behind. And it just take a little while. And this is a mineral sunscreen, and I would like to put it on my eyelids as well. So we just do that. And I would say this does take a little while for this stuff here to sink in. It feels really greasy. It is, I mean, a lot of these mineral sunscreens, they are really kind of like thick and greasy. And this one here is, as you can see, it's not thick, but it is very greasy. Some of the ingredients in here is, they are there in order to hold the zinc oxide in a suspension. So this, as you can see, it is really shiny. And as I said, there might be people that think this is a really nice product, and as I often say, I simply think that people are using too little when they think something is nice that I don't think is nice. And I think looking at the web page for this product and some of the reviews clearly shows that people are using way too little. And I would say you can use this, they say use it on top of your moisturizer, or you can use it underneath makeup as well, as they say. I just think that if you have all this sort of stuff on here that you must in order to get the right SPF, then it might be a little bit difficult to put makeup on top, because the foundation might split or not work as you want it to. So this takes rather some time before it sinks in. So I don't know, or kind of like, I think you cannot maybe appreciate how the white cast starts to come up. But what happens is that when this is really greasy, as you see it now, it kind of like looks like, oh, it's not that bad. But when this have kind of like sunk in, you get a sort of powdery feel, and you start to see a white cast on your face. There's no denying that. You start to see a white cast on your face. What you can see on the picture that I uploaded on the community tab is that you will also see it kind of like starts to collect up here, just like any other mineral sunscreen has issues with. It starts to collect. And I have actually asked the producer of this, I asked wrote to the webpage and asked them if there actually was 25% zinc oxide in the product. I have not had any answer, but I think there is 25% zinc oxide in it, because they say there is. But there are different sort of zinc oxide you can use, and I think it doesn't say, it just says zinc oxide, but I think that it must be micronized zinc oxide or nano zinc oxide, because there are two different types of nano zinc oxide, and it can be coated or it can be uncoated. I don't know what they have used in this product here, but if they have used something that is uncoated, it will sink in much better to your skin. That is maybe not that great, but if they have used the coated one, which I guess they have, it should not sink in that well. But I think it is some sort of a nano form, but it doesn't say, and they haven't come back to me, so really I don't know. But usually something with zinc oxide is really a thick paste, and it's really difficult to get the white cast to disappear. So now I can see here in the mirror that yes, I do not have a dark skin, so it is a little bit difficult to see on my skin. But as this product starts to dry up, you maybe can see that I start to become a bit more white on this side here than I am on that other side. And the more the product starts to dry up, the more visible it will be. And particularly if you go into the sunlight and hold a mirror in front of you, then you will definitely see a white cast. And I'm pretty sure that if you have dark skin, it will be a problem. Now, is this a sort of a cheap product where you're thinking, oh hey ho, it's cheap, so it doesn't really matter? Looking at sunscreens, I would not say that this product here is cheap. And one thing to keep in mind is that you only get 30 milliliters. I find this product to be very, very expensive for what it is. And I think people are not buying this product here because they would like to have a nice serum. They are using it because they have heard that this product here gives an SPF of 35, and it is barely noticeable on dark skin. I would say it is noticeable on dark skin if you are using the amount you are supposed to use, and you would like to use the amount that you need in order to get an SPF of 35. So is this something I will buy again? Definitely not. It is not something I will buy again. And another thing to say is that when I have used this product, then I wash my hands afterwards and so on. But kind of like during the day, I just feel a sort of very dry scent on my hands. They feel like I have put them into something powdery, and it has really sucked out all sort of moisture from my hands. I don't say that it starts to crack or anything like that. It is just like, where is the moisturizer? I need something for my hands. It is a very powdery sort of a feel on the hands. So maybe if you just have a little look at my skin. I've been talking for a couple of minutes now, but this is greasy. It is really greasy and takes a really long time before it starts to be something you can use. And if you would kind of like go in and say, I just put on my makeup now, you would just simply mix all this sort of grease into the makeup. And if you start to say, okay, I can just smear it out a bit more, and it kind of like starts to look really nice, like that. But as you have already guessed, what happens is that you get a lot of it on your hand. So you are basically taking it off. And that is something you need to keep in mind. When you are putting sunscreen on, you don't want to do something afterwards that are actually removing the sunscreen, because that will kind of like not really be good. Well, when you look at the webpage, there will be people saying that they use it and they don't get sunburned and so on. And I think that is correct, that you might get away with using this product kind of like not as much as I have been putting on, but you won't get the SPF of 35. That is not the same to say that if you kind of like maybe only get an SPF of 20, that you will be burned. That's not what I'm saying. But the thing is that you will not get the protection of 35 if you don't put enough on. So another thing is that it might be that your skin will not burn, and you're thinking, oh, that's good, I don't get red and so on, but will it protect you from the UVA light? Well, that is much more difficult to see. You can see very quickly if you get burned, but it will take a couple of years until you find out if you actually had proper protection from UVA. So to rely on a product like this, only using maybe one dropper, and then hope that you won't get any sort of a sunspot or damage on your skin 10 years on, I would not rely on a product like that. Yes, I have now taken most of this stuff off, and I will no longer have the protection of SPF 35 on my skin, but it feels more nice on my skin, though it is really very greasy still. And I have just used my normal moisturizer, which is the Unrivaled LED Creme Fluid, so that is not something that is very, very greasy in itself. So yes, there was something else in the package. We had this one here. Basically, why did I buy this one here? Well, I thought it looked interesting, and also because if I bought this one here, I got this one and this one at a discounted price. So I think you can still get it on their web page, but it's kind of like if we try and open this one here. Maybe I opened it up in the wrong end to begin with. I did. That is why it was a little bit difficult to get it out. So here it comes. So just a little quick look. When I use this one here, you can still see there is actually a lot of sunscreen in it still. So we are looking at this one here, and the SPF of this one here is not as high as it is for the sunscreen. So here you only, as it says up here, have an SPF of 15, which is kind of like usually what you get when you're using something on your lips. So this is it's a really red color, I would say. So I just take off what I have on, which is my normal moisturizer, my normal lip balm. So we take that one off, and then I tried it with my finger to begin with, and it kind of like, it looks like blood, really, like that. And this is a lot just for your lips, as you will see. So goes on like that. So if you are using this one here, there will be for quite some time, I would say, depending on how you would like your lips to look. If you just want a little hint of color, it will last a very, very long time. So we just put it on like this, and it takes a little while for it to kind of like sink in. And you need to take care that you don't get it on the surrounding skin. As you can see here, it gives quite an impact. So yeah, you can of course use it if you would like to use it like this, but there might be some that would say they don't want to use it on their lips, because they may just kind of like contaminate the product. But I'm not going to use this long time, so I just have to go like this. So you need to be kind of like really careful with this stuff here. Kind of like it gives quite an impact, I would say. So if you like the color red, this is definitely a product for you, I would say. So like that, you need to be really precise with this stuff, because it kind of like it very quickly looks like you've been out the whole night doing a lot of stuff that you maybe shouldn't have done. But yeah, you see, you need to be really careful with this stuff. So if we just take it off again, will it kind of like stain the lips? I did not find that it stained my lips as some particularly pink colors can do. So when you have taken it off, it kind of like it comes off. But I would say be a little bit careful with the product. It is very liquidy. It's kind of like equally as liquidy as this one here. So it is not something you are using if you are on a bumpy ride or something like that, because it will be all over the place. So yes, my verdict on these products here is that yes, it's a nice color, but you need to be a little bit careful when you are using it so it doesn't go everywhere. And this one here, I would say you should be really careful that you get the correct amount on your face. And if you do that, I don't think you will like it. But I would say that there are other sunscreens I would rather use than something like this. But I think it's a really good thing that someone is actually trying to look into how can you have a mineral sunscreen that doesn't leave a white cast on the face. So I would say for that, I think that is really great, Venus. So keep up the good work, and maybe you will end up with a sunscreen that actually does not give a white cast, and also at the same time give the SPF of 35 that is advertised on this product here, for example. So yes, if you would like to see more of this sort of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell, and do all the things you must do in order to be notified when I upload more of this sort of videos. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.